Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. It is time for June favorites and fails. In this video, I am going to be sharing with you some of the products that I have been loving this past month. And then I also have a couple of products that were fails, things that I had high hopes for, but just didn't turn out as great as I thought they would. So if you're interested in seeing what my favorites and fails were from June of 2017, then please keep on watching. So let's start with the favorites. Back in late May, around Memorial Day, I took a trip to Minnesota. And then a couple weeks ago, as many of you know, I was on a cruise in the Caribbean. So we left out of Galveston, Texas. So the two things that Texas and Minnesota kind of have in common is that they're both humid climates. I think Texas is probably more humid than Minnesota, but I live in Las Vegas. We have no humidity. So when you're in an area that's like 100% humidity, it is just, it's like stifling. So anyway, I have a lot of hair issues in the humidity because I have naturally curly hair that I straighten. And a lot of you also know I grew up in Michigan, so humidity there as well. So I grew up kind of battling with my hair always. So when I knew I was gonna be taking these two vacations, I really researched what hair products were available now that I could pick up. And I also didn't want to spend a fortune either. Anyway, I ended up purchasing, was this Beyond Smooth shampoo and conditioner. And then I also bought the Frizz Immunity Primer. And I don't have it, I didn't bring it down with me, but I got the sample size of the matching hairspray. So I basically bought the whole system. I was going all in on this. And I actually snapped about it when I purchased this. And I got some feedback from people saying that they really did like it. They actually lived in humid climates and thought it worked great. And I have to say, they worked so well. Once again, I used the shampoo, I used the conditioner, and then before I would blow dry my hair, I would put in a bunch, well, not a bunch, maybe like a quarter size of this Frizz Immunity Primer. And it says, works from the inside out, provides the perfect foundation for smooth, frizz-resistant styles. And it was great. I seriously didn't notice a difference between how my hair looked on the cruise and in humid places like Galveston, Texas and Jamaica. And I mean, let's be honest, in Jamaica, my hair was wet most of the time because I was doing water activities or it was raining. So other than that, these worked great. Anyway, I highly recommend all of these products if you are in the battle of the frizz this summer. Next up is this fragrance I discovered on my cruise. Now you might have noticed this in the background of this video so far and some other videos like the last 2 or 3. This perfume bottle, or some of you might not have known what the heck it was, but this is a stiletto perfume bottle. And I saw this in the duty-free shop in, I think it was Cozumel, Mexico. I saw it and I thought, ooh, what was that? What is that? I immediately just went to it. And when I realized it was a perfume, I got really, really excited. And I said to my husband, I'm like, oh, that is such a pretty perfume bottle, but it probably smells terrible because I've just known, first of all, I'm really picky about fragrances, as I'm sure many of you are, but there's very few fragrances that I actually like. And when they're in these beautiful bottles like this, sometimes they smell like kind of cheap. But I looked and I saw that it was from Carolina Herrera and it's called Good Girl. So being that it was $110, I didn't want to just buy it for the bottle, although I know some people do that. I really was hoping that I would like the fragrance. So I sprayed it on myself. And you know, a lot of times, well, most of the time, you can't tell if you like a fragrance until after, you know, an hour or so. You want to know if it has good staying power, if it kind of mixes with your natural body chemistry. So I didn't purchase it because my husband said, you know what, there'll be other duty-free shops. If you want it, you can get it somewhere else. So about an hour and a half or 2 hours later, we were back on the ship and I kept smelling my arm and I would put it in front of my son and be like, what do you think of this? And everybody liked it and I liked it. So then I was kind of regretting not picking it up at that duty-free because I thought, you know, what if they don't have it again and I really wanted it? So lo and behold, we went to, I think I found it at the duty-free in Grand Cayman. There was a perfume cosmetic shop in Grand Cayman. And I am terrible at describing fragrances, really bad. If you watch my perfume video, my perfume collection video, just not good at this at all. I like sweet scents, but I don't like them to be too sweet. This one is kind of like Viva La Juicy almost, but not as young, if you know what I mean. Like there are some sweeter scents that are just cloyingly sweet, or they're just really young and just almost like exude like teenager. But this one has some notes to it that are just more musky and warmer. So the dry down is not quite as sweet, and it didn't give me a headache. And I looked to see if it was available in the US, if you could actually get it, because I had never seen it before. And I did see it on the Macy's website. For this size, I think was around $140 US. So I did get a deal by buying it at the duty free with also no sales tax. So I'm gonna link where this is available if you're interested, even if you just want it for the bottle, because I think it is gorgeous. Okay, now for some makeup favorites. When I was packing for my vacation, I didn't want to take every palette I own, although it's super tempting. I always want to have everything at my fingertips, but I decided to be very selective about what palettes I took and what blushes I took, and I fell in love with this Jouer Skinny Dip eyeshadow palette from the day I received it. Well, first I fell in love with it online when I saw other people using it, because a lot of people got this scent as PR. Of course, I did not, but I purchased it and I fell in love. So every night on the cruise, I would pretty much do my eyes the same way. But every single day I would use or night, I would put a warm shade like in my crease. I would put some sort of like brown or, you know, yeah, mostly I use brown on the outer corner. And then I would put one of these colors on the center of the lid. Now, like today I am wearing tan lines. You get such good pigment even without any primer or without any, you know, wetting the brush or anything. These are just amazing. So I have this one on today, and then I put a little bit of this Skinny Dip in the center. And then on the night I wanted a cooler makeup look, I used this color on the lid. This is Magic Hour. I mean, they are all just so stunning. I just can't say enough good things about it. Now, I think it is out of stock right now on Jouer and Beautylish, but I did hear from the owner, Christina, she's the owner of Jouer. I did see on her Snapchat that she said they were restocking this in another week or so. So I will link anything about this that I can in the description box. And keeping with Jouer, and no, I am not sponsored and I am not even an affiliate, I just have been really impressed with their products. Anything that I've ever tried, I've actually really liked. And they were coming out with these high pigment lip glosses, and I got so excited because I've mentioned this in many of my other videos that I am a gloss girl at heart. I've purchased a ton of matte liquid lipsticks and I like them. I was on the bandwagon for a little while, but just in my heart of hearts, I love a glossy lip. But I don't like sheer glosses. I don't like glosses that are heavy and sticky and tacky, but I also don't like them when they're so sheer that, you know, they look so pretty in the tube and then you put them on your lips and they might as well just be clear. So that is not what I like. So when I heard high pigment and I saw the swatches, I got super excited and I ordered 4 of them. I ordered PCH, which is like a nude pink, like a gray. I have some pictures on my Instagram that you should check out if you want to see the color. This is like the perfect, well, I guess I could swatch it for you. I'm trying to make my video shorter, but it's just not happening, is it? So this is PCH. And then next is Champs-Élysées, which is the one I have on now. It's a little bit more pigmented than PCH and a little bit more rosy mauve. They're not sticky, they're not gloppy, they don't cling to dry patches. They're so good. And then the third one I got is Park Avenue. And this one is a little bit more of a true pink. And then the last one I got is Sunset, and I'm not gonna swatch it because I have decided that I'm going to save it. This one is supposed to be a peachy pink, and I am so tempted to use it, but I am getting so close, well, not so close, but closer to 30,000 subscribers, and I wanna do another giveaway when I get there. So I'm gonna keep this in the box for a giveaway. So let's put that back. But overall, definitely my favorite lip gloss, possibly of all time, are these high pigment lip gloss with coconut oil. I didn't even know that. And then finally, my last favorite of the month is this Slay All Day Setting Spray from Gerard Cosmetics. I meant to talk about setting sprays in one of my more recent videos, which is the one about oily skin and controlling oily skin. But again, the video was so long that I decided I was gonna edit out the setting spray portion, which in hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have. But this one is really, really good. I am kind of on Jouer Cosmetics. Some of their products have been hit or miss for me, but I still, I like to try things. I see things that are hyped on YouTube and Instagram just like you do, and I really, really like it. First of all, I've been watching a video from Babs Beauty, and I watch her Snapchat, and she really loves the peach scent, and I don't know why I just did that. It smells like peach. I know it smells like peach. I wish there was smell-o-vision that you guys could see that it smelled like peach, but yeah, it is really nice. It feels good on the skin. It definitely keeps my makeup on longer. You can also use this to wet your brush if you want to make eyeshadows like the ones in that Skinny Dip palette, or any shimmer, or even your ColourPop shadows, Super Shocks if you have those, or your Makeup Geek foils. If you want the color to come out even more intense, you can spray your brush with this. And I haven't had any issues with the scent, bothering my eyes. But before I realized that I could just use my finger, I didn't have to use any type of wet brush to apply those eyeshadows from the Skinny Dip palette. This is what I was using, and again, it smells so good. It comes in a bunch of different scents, but I remember I got the peach because Stephanie from Babs Beauty said this was her favorite. So anyway, highly recommend. Great setting spray, and it's pretty reasonable. Jouer Cosmetics is always running sales, and even though I'm not an affiliate, there are plenty of affiliate codes out there to get some money off from their website. Okay, so let's get to those fails for the month of June. The first fail was something I had really, really high hopes for, and that is the RCMA No Color Powder. Now, I ordered this because one of my favorite makeup artists to follow on Instagram, Faces by Rob, swears by this. He said that it was the best powder, far better than Laura Mercier, far better than anything he'd ever used. The trouble is that I need to sometimes look at the type of people that these makeup artists are working on. He is always working on beautiful, young models. I've never seen him really work on someone my age or older, so this might very well work for someone who has a little bit more younger skin, or maybe just less textured skin. I don't know. It's not a bad powder, but I'm finding that I don't do well with these no color or HD type of powders, because when I dusted this on, I felt like it emphasized the texture. When I used it as an all-over setting powder, it emphasized the texture. I noticed that it also had some photo flashback when I would take pictures. And then when I tried to use it under my eyes to set my concealer, it didn't go so well. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't as dry looking as the Laura Mercier for under eye, but it was not. I still am so devoted to, you guessed it if you watch my videos, the Ben Nye Cameo to set my under eyes. It's just the best thing that I have found. It's something about it, it doesn't make my under eyes look dry. It doesn't make my skin look dry. It doesn't emphasize texture. So this, even though it's not expensive, it just didn't work for me. It was a fail. So next up is this Way Finishing Cream. I have not had the best luck with this brand, to be honest. I love the oil, love the oil. I was kind of meh on the Repair Shampoo and Conditioner. I liked this at first. In fact, I even thought that I might have put this in a favorites a couple months ago, but then I looked back and I didn't, because I first kind of liked it because I do like the smell of her products, but I just don't find, kind of like the texturizing spray, I find that it doesn't do anything. Yeah, it has a nice kind of like gardenia-ish smell. It takes down a little bit of the frizz, but it doesn't, in a finishing cream for me, I like it to take down frizz, and I also like it to give shine, and I don't know, I just personally prefer oils, and I feel like this doesn't even take away frizz that well. It leaves my hair looking a little greasy, and you would think that an oil would make my hair feel more greasy, but to be honest, her oil works 1,000 times better for me as a finishing product. Besides which, I love that I can just take that oil and rub it into my hands, and it sinks right in, and it smells so good. So this, if you want something to, like I said, take down frizz, add some shine, just give your hair some polish or some pieciness, I still recommend the Way oil over the finishing cream. And my final June fail are these NYX lip lingeries. Now you're probably wondering why I have so many. Well, NYX was kind enough to put me on their PR list, which is amazing for a small YouTuber like me to be on such a great brand's PR. Now they're probably gonna kick me off because of this, but truth be told, I mean, well, you guys know I'm not that big of a matte lip fan. So everything they sent me was matte. They sent me these lip lingeries, they sent me their matte lipsticks, and they sent me, I can't remember what the other ones were called, but so I only opened, maybe like 5 to 10 of each product. And I have to say that the lip lingeries were, of the 3, were the formula that I personally did not like. They left my lips so parched. I mean, even after just a minute or 2, my lips, I had to take it off. It just really did not feel good at all. And it sucks because I have all of these. But even though I don't like them, doesn't mean that you won't like them. So I am going to use all of these unopened and use them in that 30K giveaway I was talking about, or maybe giveaways in the future. Now the matte lipsticks, those were really, really nice. And I've done a couple of Instagram photos or makeup looks using them. The shade Natural is a beautiful color. There's a couple other colors that if you're curious, just ask me in the comments and I'll tell you which ones that I really like. But as far as this lip lingerie formula, no. So that's it. That concludes another monthly favorites video. I really, really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter. Everything is Risa Does Makeup. I'm going to start posting more on my blog and tweeting more. And I'm always taking suggestions for future videos. I wanna hear what you guys are interested in seeing more of, less of. As I said, I am trying desperately to make my videos shorter, and if this video is any example, it's probably not gonna happen. I need to work a little bit harder on that. So anyway, thank you all again so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon.